Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. A little late today with the Monday Morning Grind, brought to you by Blackout Coffee. Check them out. Link is in the description, blackoutcoffee.com/GNG. K-Cups for several varieties are just about to hit the website, so check them out. Also have a code down below that'll save you some additional money. Big supporters of this channel. First off, again, many thanks to everybody who's throwing those kind well wishes for my upcoming surgery down below. I love you guys more than you know. Let's talk about something that is should be on the forefront of our Second Amendment minds right now, because this could be huge. The Firearms Policy Coalition. You should be well aware of them, and I'll have a link down below to check them out. You should join them. It's one of the agencies, one of the groups that fight hard for the Second Amendment. They're suing governors, government. They're suing everybody to try to right the wrongs across the country. They have just submitted an amicus brief in support of a case called Torres versus the United States. Now, this case is something to keep your eye on for a couple reasons. Let me tell you a little bit about the case first. So, if you've been in the gun game for a while, you're familiar with the term prohibited person. And in America, it has become the norm, not our norm, but the gun grabbers' norm, to ban somebody forever, restricting their Second Amendment rights for felony convictions. And what this case is about is Mr. Torres was convicted of an OUI offense. In some states, it's called DUI. Now, for driving under the influence of alcohol, it cost him his right to own a gun for the rest of his life for a non-violent felony. That's the key here, a non-violent felony. So this case was upheld by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals earlier this year, and the Torres camp has appealed to the United States Supreme Court. Why is this interesting? Stand by for that, because I think this is going to be key starting October 12th. And we'll get into that in a second. But the Firearms Policy Coalition filed an amicus brief in favor of this case getting a writ of certiorari to be heard by the Supreme Court. For those who aren't aware, that's what it's called. The court will look at cases. If they decide to take it up, they get a writ of certiorari. And what the Firearms Policy Coalition and the Torres side is looking to prove beyond reasonable doubt is that nowhere in the text, in the history of the Constitution and the country, did the founders ever want to prohibit non-violent persons from owning a firearm. And in fact, they go through numerous cases throughout the history of the country. Their brief, which I will list down below in a link, if you have some time to read it, it's just phenomenal work. It's fantastic. Why could this be huge? Well, on October 12th, they start the hearings in the Senate Judiciary Committee for Amy Coney Barrett, the judge that Donald Trump nominated to fill the vacancy of the deceased Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Now, we already have heard, if you're paying attention, from members in that committee, they fully intend, even though the COVID thing is going on with a couple senators in the committee, they will hold their hearings, and they have said that they can do an in-person, and they've already done remote before. So they're going to get these hearings done, and Judge Barrett will be in front of the full Senate by the end of the month for her confirmation votes. So what does that mean? Why is this tied in with Torres? Well, because if you followed my videos, and I'll put it above, Amy Coney Barrett was a judge who heard a case in a dissent that the person in that case, who was a non-violent felon, she said that this person's violations, their crimes that they committed, did not amount to a violent felony. Therefore, in her belief, they should not have lost their Second Amendment rights. And in that case, it was mail fraud. The person in that case was pled guilty to mail fraud, which ended up being a felony and thus cost them their Second Amendment rights forever. And they appealed that. Now, this case could be very important because by the time that this gets before the court, Justice Amy Coney Barrett will more than likely be confirmed by the United States Senate and sitting on the court, which means this could be the first Second Amendment case before the court with Justice Amy Coney Barrett on board. And since she has already ruled pretty much identical that nonviolent felons should not lose their Second Amendment right for nonviolent crimes, that you would think she would rule the same way again. And that has the left going crazy. The anti-gunners are losing their mind because they know that they've been squeaking by the skin of their teeth when it comes to Second Amendment cases in the Supreme Court, because the Chief Justice always has sided with the liberals when it comes to that. No longer. If Amy Coney Barrett gets on, even if the Chief Justice goes with the liberals, you would think she'll go with the Constitution. At least that's what this whole process is for. And that could start a wonderful turn of events for the Second Amendment. Now, that doesn't mean that all this is guaranteed, but that is the trend. And because of you, I'll put a link down below, and it'll be here on the screen as well, on how you can donate to the Firearms Policy Coalition to help in this endeavor. This is great. I mean, you have a justice who said nonviolent felons shouldn't lose their Second Amendment right. This case is a nonviolent felon who lost his Second Amendment right for OUI. Now, he didn't lose his right to own a car for the rest of his life. He didn't lose his right to travel for the rest of his life. Why would they then take away a Second Amendment right? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you found a little bit of value from this. Please support the Firearms Policy Coalition. Like I said, join them down below. You can also donate specifically for this case. This is the Torres v. U.S. case. And again, you can read that amicus brief down below. Now, I have something working with a company where there's going to be something cool happening soon. So now is probably a good time to join this channel. Subscribe to Guns and Gadgets if you haven't already. You can do it right down below. Hit that thumbs up button. That'll help destroy the algorithm that is trying to keep the news from, or the truth from coming out here in the gun community. And if you could, please share it with a bunch of your friends. Toggle that bell icon down below as well. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.